Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Nancy from nancybadija.com and welcome to another Etsy shop critique. Today I'm going to critique the store Art by Heather Lynn. So thank you Heather, she's the shop owner. Thank you Heather for letting me do a critique on your shop. So let's go ahead and get started. So my first thing that I noticed about your store was your timeline or your profile picture up here, or your banner, to better say. Now, I was a little confused on it. I'm not sure if this is like an H right here, or if it's just like watercolor marks, like little circles. If anything, what I would do is I would use this space to better brand yourself. I will either get a professional banner. If you can't do it yourself, they have there's a website called Fiverr.com. I will leave all these links below on the text box description below of the video, and you could grab the link and they could create a banner for you for as low as $5 all the way to like $15. But you could get a really nice banner that you could use and then brand yourself all across on Twitter, Facebook, and any other social media platform that allows you to put a banner. But I would definitely change it up. Maybe showcase your items, have your Instagram handle here, your Facebook handle, maybe have your hours of operation, how to contact you. But I would use this a little bit different. I feel like it's a little distracting, not sure what I'm looking at. So I would use the space a little bit better, to be honest with you. If you were to sign up for the Etsy Plus, which is the new upgrade that Etsy has right now, you can actually put a timeline that moves. So it's like a carousel timeline, and you could do, like, I believe it's up to 4 pictures. And a lot of people, what they're doing with that is that they have one timeline like showcasing all their items, another one that explains like the hours of operation, the how to contact them, the shipping process, so on. Another one with more items, so you could kind of either use all four carousels to put like all your products, or you could kind of separate and put one, like put two for your products, one that you could put in there for hours of operation, how to contact you and stuff like that. So I would look into that. Now I do like this. Your logo I think is really cute. I like that it has your name. You are the brand, so you have a picture of yourself here with your cute baby. So I like that. I like the fact that you have a picture in your profile. So that's really, really good. I'll go back into the cohesive look of your shop in a few minutes. So let's go ahead and get started with the actual audit that I did on one of your listings. So I did an audit on this listing here, and I'm using XRank. It's a free tool. If you have not signed up for it, I recommend that you do so. It's free. They do have a pro version of it, but I don't use the pro one and I still get good results. So you could use the free one to get started. And it's really nice because you could do research of keywords, you could do research of tagging category, you could look at your competition, you could look at what keywords they're using, what's working for them. So it has a lot of nice features. Those are some of the few. It has tons of things that you could do with it. So I did the listing for this one, the one that we just talked about. I believe this is a greeting card. May your coffee be stronger and your baby naps long. I definitely agree with that as a new mom. Now, the first thing is at glance, right? The first thing that people are going to look before they look at pricing, before they read the listing description, is the picture, the actual picture. So when I look at this picture, I'm distracted by this, the clips here. I don't know if I'm buying this, if I'm buying a sign. It doesn't look like a card from here. I know that you have it here, but a lot of people don't tend to read. They look at the picture first. So what I would do is, one, redo the picture for sure. Because right now it kind of blends with the background. I can't really tell right here where it ends or where it starts. This is distracting, having this here a little bit. I don't know if you're using it to scale it so people could see the size of it. I'm not sure, 100% sure, but I would definitely maybe have a picture of someone holding the card, maybe have an envelope on the back of the card, And what I suggest probably buying if you are going to sell digital prints versus, I'm sorry, digital goods, like that you send out tangible goods instead of digital prints, I recommend buying a light box. And I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but basically it's like it's a light box. It's a box and it has light inside, and you could take photography with it for your products. So this is how it looks. A lot of them have an opening up here so you could take a picture looking down. So I think that one might be the best one for you because you could put an envelope. You could put the card on top of it, and then you could take a picture looking down on it. And it looks like it's a card on top of the envelope, and then people are aware of what they're buying. Right now, if I was browsing through Etsy search result and I saw that, I wouldn't necessarily think it's a card. I would think maybe a sign. It looks like a sign also. So by putting that envelope in the back, I think that's going to make the difference of showing that person what they're buying. So it's important that not only does your picture look clear, that it doesn't have, anything in the background that's distracting from the item or things in front of it like this, that's just like a clip that's distracting from the item. You also have to make sure that the picture is crop complementary, that the product is properly centered, that the picture shows off the product in details and also in different angles. You only have one picture. So I would recommend maybe one standing up with the envelope, maybe one that you hold with your actual hand, looking at the card, maybe another one that you have the card on top of the envelope, maybe another one that the card is inside the envelope and it's like kind of peeking out a little bit. Just doing different variations because that's gonna set the picture. That's gonna set you apart. It's gonna set that picture apart. And when people are browsing through Etsy search result, they'll know exactly, oh, that's a greeting card. That's what I was looking for. But if they're confused, they probably wouldn't click on it. And if the picture is not attracting or enticing enough, they won't click on it either. So I would highly recommend working on your pictures. Add as many pictures as you can as possible. I would say at least 6 pictures if you can. And then also add call to actions, telling the customer what to do. So you could do one that says, click to favorite this item and have an arrow pointing up here. I don't know if you noticed lately, buyers now get notifications directly on their, they used to get them through email, but now they're getting them directly on their Etsy account. And what it does is that anytime that you like an item from a shop, if that shop adds new items, or if that shop, let's say you reduce the price of this from $3 to $2, they get an alert letting them know, hey, Art by Heather, Lynn, lower something that you favorite. And then they'll come back and look at your product and possibly, hopefully, right, they will buy from you. So I would highly recommend putting a call to action and maybe adding another picture saying, click below for listing description. That way, you're kind of telling them, hey, click on the picture. Hey, read the listing description so you could find out more information about it. And therefore, the longer the customer stays on your page, hopefully, right, they will buy from you, or the likelihood of them buying something will increase because they're staying longer in your page. So that would be my first tip. Tip number 2 would be getting found, right? So not only is the picture important, but the way that you get found is through SEO, which is search engine optimization. And Etsy and Google and Bing and any search engine, they all work the same. That's the code that you have to have good keywords that you could rank organically, right? That you organically meaning that that keyword is not overused. And when someone types in that keyword, your item will pop up in the first page or second page of Google. You'd rather be in the first page, but that you will auto-populate in the first page and get that traffic organically without having to pay for ads. And that's why it's called organic. And when I did this listing here for you, the first thing I noticed is that you don't have all your tags. Whether you did SEO research or not, make sure you use all 13 tags, even if you have to guess. It's better to have all 13 and maybe get lucky with one that you happen to put there that you didn't even do research and you're driving traffic than not putting all of them. You have to make sure that you do all 13 tags. The more tags you use or keywords that you use, the more possible customers you will get to your shop. So therefore, the more sales you will make. Another thing you need to do is change your keywords. Your keywords are too competitive. You see how it says very high, very high, very high, very high? That means that too many people are using that same exact keyword. So therefore, when somebody searches for a greeting card, your actual product is not going to populate in the first page of Etsy because it's too many people competing for that keyword. So if you were to put greeting card here on Etsy, you're going to see that there's 741,000 other listings using greeting card. So therefore, if you were to run a Facebook Etsy ad, which are these up here, you see how it says ad, you're going to pay a lot for that click because there's so many people trying to compete for the same keyword and running ads for that keyword that your bid is going to be a lot higher. So you're going to spend more money in ads. And the chances of you ranking organically up here are going to be very difficult. The only time that you might rank organically might be if your item goes viral, if you get a lot of likes, if Etsy pushes you or features you in their first page. But when you're competing with 41,000 other people, it's extremely hard. So what you need to do is get a little bit more granular with it. So you can't be so broad with it. You can't put greeting card. So you will maybe put baby greeting card and kind of play with it. The nice thing about Etsy Rank is that if you go up here and you were to type in greeting card and get keywords, it's going to spit out a whole bunch of keywords. Now, they all might be too competitive, so you're going to have to keep playing with that until you find some that are low competition. But you kind of keep doing that. You keep playing with it until you find those keywords. But you put it up here. You put one keyword up here or two keywords. You could put greeting card. Let me show you. You could put greeting card. And it's going to pull up other variations of greeting card or other keywords that normally people will search for besides greeting card. And this kind of gives you an idea. But you see how I said earlier it was going to be very hard because greeting card is very competitive. So as you can see, even these like friendship cards or handmade card, they're very competitive. So it's going to be really, really hard for you to find keywords that you could potentially rank for. Like this one, Valentine's Day card, so V-Day card, that would be a good one. But however, this is not a Valentine card. So right here, like a great gay pride card would be good, or a breakup card. So this is another way that if you were trying to find keywords for your listing, this is another way to keep track of keywords that you found that could be a potential new listing. So later on, maybe you could do a breakup card because the competition is low. Not too many people are creating greeting cards about breakup. So that would be a new listing that you could actually play with. And then you use that word up here. So you will type in breakup card. And this is going to spit out additional keywords for you for that particular keyword. And hopefully, if you find, let's say, a good 10 or 12 keywords that are for breakup, you see, that's a great one right there. You see how I was able to find you 4 low competitive keywords. So you could do a breakup card, and this will be one of the tags. That one's another one. This is another one. That's another one. And then you keep going through here. That's another one. That's another one. That's another one. So that's how you do research when you're trying to find a new item and you don't know what to put. You should never create a listing without researching it first. So you should never do a new listing or write an article without researching the keywords first. Because if those keywords are not good or they're overpopulated, what's the point of creating it? Because you're not going to make money. And if you do, it's going to be sold like, here and there, and you have to run ads and spend more money. But this is an actual one that I just did right now. And as you can see, I already found for that one, it's already like a good 9 keywords. So you will be able to do that one as a new listing. So just doing stuff like that It's a little tedious. It's a lot of search in the beginning, but then you find those those keywords that are, not too competitive. You do like a whole line of them, like 10 new cards, and you see your sales increase out of nowhere. And that's how it works in Etsy. That's how it works with blogging. That's how it works in any platform that requires you to use a search engine to find your product or your services. But going back to greeting card, that's too competitive. So for instance, if I was to put baby greeting card that we were gonna do earlier, it does go down to 51,000 from 741,000. However, it's still too big. So maybe baby funny greeting card. Let's see what comes up. So that one is better. You see how it went down to 4,776 results. So you want to make sure that when you are looking for new keywords, I always try to be below 6,000 or even lower, like 4,000, 3,000 listings or results, because even when you're competing with 9,000, it might not sound a lot. It gets a little competitive. I'd rather have a lower number, have like a whole line of different things that are really, really low in competition, because I'm always going to be driving traffic. And then if you have quality stuff in your store, that one traffic that you drove from that one particular keyword might buy multiple items, or they might become like return buyers. Like you could they could come back to you again. So I would highly recommend adding more, making it more granular, not so broad. I mean, you have some here that, for instance, mom gift. This is too broad. A mom gift could be pretty much anything. Could be a scissor, it could be a computer, it could be a shirt. So this one wouldn't necessarily work. Coffee also is a little bit broad. So you want to be very specific and very granular at what you're talking about. And the more you do that with up here when you're getting ideas, or you could do it like this. I just found one keyword just simply playing with this. But you want to pay attention to this. You don't want to just type here anything and whatever comes up, oh, I'm going to use this one. And this is what a lot of people do. They type in the word and whatever pops up here, they just get this. However, they don't even check how many other people are competing for that particular keyword, and therefore they wonder later why they're not making the sales. And it's because they're using keywords that are too competitive. So make sure that you spend time, the necessary time, to get new keywords. Make sure that you use all 13 keywords. Never leave it blank. Never leave 7 like you did in this one. Make sure you add all 13. Once you have the new keywords, you did the research, you did the keyword search, now you got the new keywords. What you want to do is that you want to add all the keyword. Well, not all of them are going to fit here, but you want to fit majority of your keywords, or as many as you can, in the title. So you did a good job here with the ones that you had. Make sure you do a comma in between keywords. You did leave space for more, so you didn't fill it out completely either. But just make sure you fill it out. Just stuff them all in there. And make sure that in your listing description, right, that the first 90 words have keywords in it. It's called SEO on page factor. It's a factor that Google uses in order to find your page and understand what the page is about. So you want to make sure that your keywords are here. The most important keywords will be in the front. How do you figure out that's the most important keyword? When you do your research, the keyword that has the low competition, you want to put those in the front. The keywords that have medium competition, kind of put them in the back. That way Google knows, or Etsy knows, that the main keywords are the ones with low competition. That's how I normally do it. That's how it works for SEO. You want to put the stronger keywords in the front. And then you do the same here. Keep in mind that this is what people see in Google. So if somebody was to Google your item and find it, that's what they see. This is a Google snippet right here. This piece was hand letter and hand drawn to create a fun and unique card for you to give to a coffee lover. So you actually have a nice description. I would just make it a little bit more enticing so someone could click on it. And then make sure that if your keyword is baby shower card, that you have in here. This baby shower card was hand later, and make sure you have it in there. You have to be repetitive with it. The keyword should be in your title, in your link, which automatically will be there because whatever you put here goes here, and then here as well. That's SEO, off page factor. That means off the page. Like this is SEO in Google, in Bing, any search engine. That's the way it should be. The order it should be. So another important thing about the shop, because everything plays a role. The picture, SEO, listing description, the way your shop looks, if it's curated, if it's like cohesive, everything plays a role. The next thing will be writing a killer description. You want to make sure that your description explains everything and anything the buyer might have a question about. So you want to make sure that you describe the item, how to order, what's included, shipping, policy, returns, how to contact you. You want to add also a link to your page. So you want to add this link here to the bottom of your listing description right here. That way, if somebody was to read the listing description, let's say your listing description ends right there, instead of clicking back and leaving your page, they will click there and it will take them to your home page. You want to keep the buyer or the potential buyer longer in your shop. It's really hard with Etsy. That was one of the one of the cons of Etsy, because the buyer could easily just leave your store and go somewhere else. Or your buyer could easily get items recommended from other shops and get distracted and leave. So this is why you have to make this enticing, that they're reading it, they're not thinking about clicking nowhere else, that's easy to navigate, easy to understand what they're buying, that they don't have any questions, that they're not messaging you, right? And then you don't see it until a couple hours later and you lose a sale. You want to make sure that, one, you build credibility, trustworthiness, and then that person feels comfortable buying because you have all the information there. Right now, I will work on your listing description. You have really great writing, so that's really good. That's a plus. You outbeat me on that one for sure. I would just write a listing description that explains the product to the detail, and how to contact you if they have any questions. And if you have similar items that go with this, also you could create a backlink. Like you could say click here to view matching items, and you could create a link to other items in your store, and those are called backlinks, or hyperlinks. But definitely rewrite your listing description. It's too short, and you need to explain a little bit more of the product, what they're buying, and so on. On the overview right here, when you are creating the SD listing, on the bottom it tells you that you could write the materials. I would put in, greeting card, and I will put like what it's made from, and watercolor, whatever you use. The more you describe it, the better. I feel also that you probably never had like a case against you open. I had some in my shop. The more you describe the item, the more you are specific about what you're selling. If you ever had a customer that was unhappy and they opened a case against you because they said, I never understood that, or I never knew that this is what I was getting, everything is already there. So you don't have to worry about Etsy giving you a red strike on your store, because you did explain everything accurately, and it was just the buyer didn't read from their end. So I would say the more descriptive you can on what you're selling, the better off you are. Now, moving on, is the creation of your shop. Does your shop flow? Does it look like it's all coming from the same store? That's one thing that I've been working on my shop as well, is making sure that when somebody looks at my products, they all kind of go together. They stand out by themselves, but also go together. I would really work on that on your shop as well. Making sure that you have a nice flow. Like this picture is dark, this picture is light. Then you got this picture with a brick wall, and then the picture's cut off, you see, and then when you click on it, you can actually see the picture. So what I would do is size this to a bigger size so it doesn't get cut off, because you could do that. Or redo the picture if you can as well. This one's pretty. I actually like how this one looks, but definitely like this is cut off a little bit. Um, you want to make sure that the picture, when they're looking at it, they know exactly what they're buying before they even read the listing description. Like right here, am I getting a sign that says celebrate? Is this a birthday card? I mean, yeah, it's a birthday card. Birthday card. So you kind of have to look at it as the consumer doesn't read, doesn't, I get that all the time. The consumers don't read, they don't know what they're looking at. So you have to have clear pictures. Like this one here is a nice frame, but I don't necessarily care that the background is so light, I guess. Well, it doesn't look too bad, actually. I just think that it could look better. I think that's what it is. It could look a little nicer. But I mean, you have really nice items and they're unique and they're different. But then you're also in a very saturated market like I am. So it's really hard for you to stand out. And it's not necessarily that you only have 16 products, because I have stores, or I have seen stores that have 83 products only, and they sold more than me. They got like 23,000 sales in a year and a half. So it's not necessarily that you need more items. I would say add at least another 50 items. If I was to give you a number, like if you wanted to stay in the low park and you didn't have time to create like a huge store, I would say at least have like 60 to 70 items. You don't need to have thousands of items unless you have the time and you have the inventory for it. However, I would definitely add a few more items. I will revamp the look of your store, make it look more cohesive. There's a company called Style Stock Photographies and Society. I'm sorry. I'll leave the link below. And it's what I use for my Instagram account. And I love their pictures, very cohesive. These are the pictures that I use. She has so many different variations of pictures that you could get. So this is the place I was talking about. And you could use this to brand not only your Instagram, but also social media, Facebook, and even you could use it for your store for a header. Like you could use it for what we were talking about up here and make it look nicer. And she has some that has like the pictures, and then she leaves a blank space where you could write maybe you could write your store name there. But she has a lot of them really nice that I think you will like, and it could make your store look more cohesive. If not, what I would say also is doing mock-up products. You could go to creativemarket.com. And I know it's hard to do this if you're selling an actual picture versus me. I sell digital prints. But you could go to here, and I'll leave the link below as well. And you could buy mock-ups. And these are just basically, for instance, this one here. I have this one actually. You could put the card that I was just telling you about. That you could have somebody reading it. You could use a mock-up like this, where someone's actually holding the card. And you see how nicer it looks than how you have it right now, that you can't really tell what it is. But here you could tell it's a card of some sort because the person's holding it with their hand. So this is really, really a great way to kind of showcase your products by using mock-up products. By using mock-ups. And you could find some for really cheap, for like $4. You could find like bundles like this one. So they have different variations of them that you could buy. So I would maybe do something like that if you could take a really nice picture, upload it to your computer, and then use the mock-up to showcase your item. So you could do it that way as well. Lastly, I do see that you have a tagline that's really nice. I actually like your tagline. It's really pretty. You could, me as a competitive person, and also because lately we're doing all these videos, people have been stealing my keywords, and I've gotten a couple people that have done that to my shop, and it sucks because people don't want to do the work. What I would say is I personally close my sales. I don't like no one seeing what are my top sales. So now I could come in here and I could see all your stuff, and I could say, oh, this is her top sale right here. I'm going to make a greeting card using the same quote, especially if it's one of those quotes that anybody could use. So I personally close minds, but I do like spying on other people's stuff. Obviously, especially when you're creating stuff. So for instance, right here, it shows you that you sold a lot of this one here. So anyone could click there and like copy your idea. So what I would do is, close it out. You could do that through you go to your shop manager settings, and then you could close out the sales option so no one sees it. So if someone was to click there, they can't see it. Um, Also, I also noticed that your reviews are pretty good, so that's amazing because that shows that you do provide quality work and people are happy. I mean, people are even framing their stuff that's really cute, so that's good. I don't necessarily think I have to give you any tips on that because you're doing a really good job with that. Your about section is cute. I like the fact that you have that. You're a mom of two. Um, and that's nice because I could relate. I'm a new mom now, so when you read stuff like that, you bond with the person, or not bond with the person, but you connect with the person. And then you're more prone to buying from them because you could kind of relate with them. So that's really nice that you have that. I will add pictures, just to make it build more credibility, and so someone could get to know you a little bit better. If you could add pictures, I would do that. You don't necessarily have to have pictures of your family. Maybe a picture of you working on your station. Maybe you creating a card and you're like, I'm in my creative day, creating a card today. Just taking pictures and relating to people. People actually do like that a lot. I like the fact that you have your links here for your Instagram, for your website, for Facebook and Pinterest. So that's pretty good that you have those there. I like that you have your production partners. This is something that is you have to share if you have a production partner. So you did a good job with that. Um, the shop policy could be a little bit more clearer. It could be a little bit more specific as well. I would add a little bit more information on your shipping policy. Um, so this is all. I mean, this is all great. You have a nice announcement. I will also maybe add your shop hours, maybe the way that they could contact you just in case. I have one that says, I check, even though we're closed on Sundays, I check my messages Monday through Sunday. So if it is something that I could help, I will always reach out if I can. Something like that. Sometimes I get people to say, I know you're closed today, but I was wondering. And then if I have the time, I'll respond back and say, yeah, I could do it for you right now. And a lot of times they appreciate that. So something like that might get you a couple sales here and there. I'm not saying you necessarily have to sacrifice your time with your family that you have off, but sometimes it does help get a couple more sales. So my overall suggestion is change this here, get a light box or do mock-up products to showcase your items a little bit better. And the most important, SEO. SEO is the most important. You could change all your pictures. You could have the most beautiful pictures, the clear, cohesive, everything goes together, the best writing. But if you don't have the correct keywords, your traffic is you're never gonna have a store that you could fully quit your daytime job if you have one now and just do work from home. You're not gonna make enough sales to do that. So those would be my suggestions, and I will leave all the links below of all the stuff that I'm using. And let's go to your Facebook page. So this is your I was looking at it earlier. Your whatever timeline you end up doing up here should also be here. So you want to make sure that you could even use this one here that you have for the meanwhile if you wanted to. But whatever you use, make sure that's cohesive all across your social media. That way when people are looking one page and they happen to click on your Facebook, they know that they're still visiting the same shop and they don't get confused and click off or whatever. So just make sure that everything is cohesive. I will say for me personally, I feel like Facebook can be a waste of time. I feel like they only show your ads to 10% of people. Facebook is great when you spend money. If you spend money on ads or if you spend money on growing your Facebook page, you could buy likes from Facebook. And if you put an ad and do a boost, like you take this ad right here, and you boost the ad. Those 3 ways is great because you could find other people that are looking for handmade items. in your area, blah blah blah, and it's awesome. However, when you do it this way, only a small percentage of people see it unless you have a huge following or you're very engaging and you have a lot of people that follow you back. Other than that, it's extremely hard. So my suggestion is, one, change your timeline, or maybe make this one in your Etsy shop, but make them all cohesive the same. I don't know if you know this, but you could add your tab here, your Etsy tab. So if you come up here and you put Etsy tab, you could actually that's not it. Let me see if I find it. I actually have a video on it. I apologize. I can't remember on top of my head, but you could add your Etsy shop here, and people that are your Facebook friends could click here. I'll say Etsy. They could click on it, and they could shop your Etsy shop and buy from the actual Facebook without leaving Facebook. So it's just an option. You could also connect your Instagram here. You could connect your Pinterest. I would do it. I like to kind of utilize the whole platform. Whatever that platform allows me to do, I try to use it 100%, because you never know. That could lead to one extra sale. It could lead to someone following you. It could lead to maybe someone who wanted to feature you on their blog. Who knows? But make sure you add them. For Pinterest, I think if you type in Pinterest tab for pages, you click here, use now, and then it's going to ask you if you want to put it on this one. You say yes, and it's going to ask you for your Pinterest address. And then a Pinterest will come up here, and then when somebody clicks on it, all your Pinterest boards will pop up. And then if you go to settings, like up here, it's going to say, you can't see it because I'm on your page now, but if you go up here, it says settings. Let me go to mine real quick. Let me look for mine. Give me 1 second so I can kind of show you what I mean. So if you go here, see how mine says Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. So if you go up here on settings, you could go to edit page, and you'll have all your tabs here. You could kind of change them around. You see, I could put Instagram, or I could put Pinterest first, Instagram, and then Twitter. And then when you go back to your page, so this is my personal, let me go back to my business one. So when you go back to the page, you will see that your Pinterest is first now. You see? And then this will be all your Pinterest stuff. And then the same for Instagram. You could connect your Instagram, and all you have to do is, I'm sorry, my internet is a little slow today. So everything's like loading. I know this was working earlier. Everything's loading really, really slow. But for Instagram, you do the same. Instagram, tab for pages, and then right there, you use it. So this one is right here. I'm sorry. It's this one right here. You click there. Mine is not letting me add it because I already have it. So that's why it's not letting me add it. But these are ways that you could optimize your Facebook page, and you could drive more traffic, hopefully, right? Now, if you start boosting your page and you start investing money in it, it's great to have those tabs there, because people are going to want to know who you are, what's your shop about, and they might want to click on there and shop and see your Etsy and see your other social media platforms and connect there as well. So I would highly suggest that. Make sure you post every day. I post every day on Facebook regardless of like whether I get a lot of traffic from it or not. I'm constantly doing it because at the end of the day, there are people that love Facebook and they don't like Instagram, or they like Instagram, they don't like Pinterest, or they like Pinterest, they don't use something else. So you want to make sure that you are in all social media platforms that are huge, so you could expose your work to more people, so therefore you get more traffic. I was gonna say your baby's so beautiful. He's so cute. So yeah, I mean, just I like that you put personal pictures. I think that a lot of people forget that. They forget that social media is called social because you have to social, talk to other people, engage. And it's not just about posting or spamming. It's also sharing personal information about yourself. Like it could be a picture of yourself, a picture of you working, a picture of your child, a picture of your dog, Um, it's a way of telling your story, how you got started, so people could relate to you, so people want to buy stuff from you. This actually right here, I'm not sure if you sell this. This is actually really pretty. If you could make your whole store with a cohesive look like this, I think that it will take your store to another level because it would look so much nicer. I actually like this picture a lot. These are pictures that you put on Facebook, on Instagram, and they all look cute. Um, so yeah, this is really cute. This is adorable. You and your baby. I have a baby now, so I can relate. So cute. So yeah, just adding stuff like that. I love the onesie. So just stuff like that is really, really cute. So yeah, you're doing a good job. It's just with Facebook, it's just a hit and miss. You have to spend money to kind of grow it. It is worth it though if you start spending the money and growing it because you'll start seeing traffic right away, and people are interacting with you, and then you can engage back with them. So that's a nice thing about it. Now let's go to your Instagram. I think your Instagram page is actually really cute. It looks curated really nice actually. Um you have a beautiful family. So this is a really cute picture. This actually could be a picture also of like in your about me section on Etsy. You could have a picture like this of your family as well. I think that would be really, really nice. But yeah, also I wanted to say that the book that you had about interracial and stuff like that, I feel like you have something there because I feel like um, that's like a niche that I haven't seen or haven't came across. And I'm also in an interracial marriage, and I also have a baby that's interracial, and I think that is important for that to be out there. It's important um, to bring knowledge to that, and I think that your idea of having these books are beautiful, and I think that you have something going on for it. I actually think that you should create either products around that as well and put them in your Etsy shop. Maybe even put, if these are books that you create, put books in your Etsy shop about it. I think you have something there. So, but yeah, I like that you have the little stories here. I think your Instagram is really cute overall. I think that is a mix of different things, a mix of you, mix of the products that you make. It's very evened out. Um, you have Linktree here, so that's great. I'm glad that you're using that. It does help you optimize more traffic to different destinations, so that's really good. I will also do, if you had, is the keywords. Let me see how many you're using. Okay, cool. So you are using a lot of keywords. I will do a little bit more. Be careful when you put keywords. You see out here, there's no space. A lot of times, this one, it worked now, but I have noticed before that if I didn't put space, it doesn't work for some reason. So you want to make sure that when you put a keyword, a hashtag, you put the hashtag space, hashtag boss babe movement space, and so on. Another thing is hashtags are almost like keywords in Etsy. Finding hashtags that are not too overpopulated. That way you could stay on the top search result and get view more. So this one is actually a good one. But for instance, today is Tuesday. So if you were to do Tuesday tip, let's see how that one works to kind of give you an idea what I'm talking about. So Tuesday tip is a popular one. So 135,000 people post using Tuesday tip. So let's say this was you. You just did this post 10 seconds ago. If you use a hashtag that has too much, like it's over, man, I would say over 10,000 even. Over 10,000 postings that other people are using it. Within seconds, if I was to refresh this page right now, whatever you posted will drop to the bottom. So let's see if this one did it or not. So this one hasn't. Maybe because maybe it's not as popular. Maybe that's not something that too many people are doing right now. Let me see. Let me look for something else. I'm trying to think of something for Tuesday, but I rarely know any on Tuesday. Let me see. Let's refresh it real quick just in case. So I guess I'm wrong on that one. That one looks like it's working fine. Let me see something else here. Let me look up some other hashtags just to see, to kind of give you an idea. But what I was trying to go with the hashtags is that sometimes when you use hashtags that are too overpopulated, by the time you put the post, you you show up on the top of the page. When somebody, all these people are using the same hashtag, that by the time you go back to the post, your post is on the bottom feed somewhere. So a lot of people say use hashtags that have like a lot of popularity. Sometimes that's the worst thing to do, because what happens is the hashtag, yeah, a lot of people are using it, but it's not going to be beneficial for you, because as soon as you put that picture or whatever it is, it's going to get pushed down. So this is one right now that someone did maybe a couple seconds ago, the one with the hair. We're going to refresh the page. You see how it went down already? There's like 4 other people that posted. So if we were to do, I think I know this girl. Let me see. How crazy is that? Oh no, I don't know her. She looked like somebody I work with. So if I refresh it again, you see how the hair one is down here already? So within 30 seconds, 9 other people posted. So I guess Transformation Tuesday is a very popular one. So as you can see, you see how it went down to here now, all these people posting. So that's the thing with particular keywords like that are too overpopulated, is that you don't want to use those, because then what happens is that when you put your picture, it will get stuck on the bottom feed. No one saw it. So you're not, one, engaging anyone, you're not increasing your Instagram traffic, and you're not driving any traffic. So I highly suggest that you use keywords or tags that are not too overpopulated. That way you could engage more people and have more traffic. Another thing about Instagram is engaging, going back, liking other people's stuff, maybe looking up people that have babies, because you have a lot of baby stuff, and liking their pictures, and hopefully they'll come back, look at your profile and follow you, leaving genuine comments and stuff like that. So overall, great look. It looks nice. Keep growing it. If you have to boost or sponsor an ad, I would recommend doing that, playing with that a little bit as well. And good job on using all 30 hashtags. And I think Pinterest was the next one. So Pinterest, you get 2.5 monthly views. I did a case study from April to June, and I was able to increase my monthly views to 238,000 monthly views. And what I do is I put all my boards on the top, and then I do pin other people's stuff because I don't have a lot of stuff to pin, and I put their items on the bottom. So I put all my stuff on the top. And for instance, I went from having like maybe, I don't know, like 13 visits per month from Pinterest. And for the month of July, I had over 946 clicks from Pinterest. So it does work if you do it correctly. What I would say is pin every single day. There's a app, not an app, but there's a tool called Tailwind. And I started using that the last month. And Tailwind, what it does is that you could autopilot your pins, and they pin on the best time. So they'll pin whatever your topic is about when more people are looking for that specific topic, and when there's more people browsing, and they pin it for you. I highly recommend using it. I will leave a link because it will help grow your Instagram. I honestly think out of all the platforms for an Etsy seller, Pinterest is the best one. I'm hoping that I could grow mine to 1 million monthly views, and hopefully that will equate, if I got 900 clicks out of 200,000, that it will equate about maybe 4,000 clicks, maybe more, hopefully. I hope it's more than that 4,000 clicks if I'm getting 1 monthly views a month, right? 1 million monthly views a month. But I would highly recommend using Pinterest. If you have any questions about how to grow it, I have a video on it, what exactly I did, so you can kind of have an idea on it. And I won't, make this video a lot longer. But overall, Heather, I think that you have a really beautiful shop. You have beautiful items. I think that you could definitely grow it if you make the adjustments that I said. And the most important will be SEO, and then putting everything else together that comes in place. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Please give your girl a like on this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And make sure you leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thank you guys for watching.